Welcome to the Go Grava channel. Today's topic, we're going to be discussing why the hell does it take so long to fix my e-bike and other e-bike horrible conversations that I've had over this past year figuring out these cheaper Amazon e-bikes, and to help the consumer, or at least people, understand why is it taking so long to fix e-bikes, number one, or two, why are there so many bike shops that don't want to deal or work on my e-bike? So let's get into it. Okay, I put e-bikes into really two categories for my bike shop. Go Grava Bicycles in the Reading, Pennsylvania area, specifically in Wyomissing. And the two categories are as simple as this. There's e-bikes that have a parts and supply chain in the United States, and there's e-bikes that do not. For instance, the Blaupunks here, foldable e-bikes, turn the Momentum e-bikes back here, the Giant e-bikes, the Pivot e-bikes, the VeloWave e-bikes is the Chinese company, and the GoTrack scooters and stuff I have supply chains in the United States. And so all of these e-bikes here have a supply chain that I can readily access all the different parts. They're running, Bosch motors, or it could even be Bafang motors or proprietary motors on these different e-bikes, but I have suppliers that have all the parts in stock. We're certified multiple different e-bike companies and motor companies and things like that. We do a lot of work and really get into the weeds on some of the cheaper stuff, but that is the main differentiator. Is even with these VeloWaves, this is a Chinese company, they stock parts in the United States, and me fixing this, I can get parts pretty quickly. Then we move to the second category of e-bikes, which are ones that don't have any parts in the United States. And there's thousands of them. Now, they've been going bankrupt this last year, more and more of them, as people have learned that nobody wants to fix these e-bikes because they make it difficult, these companies make it difficult to fix. For instance, this Vivi e-bike, we do annual maintenance even on an $800 Amazon e-bike. We take the motor apart, we re-grease the motors, we rerun the cables, we put dielectric grease in all the connections, check the brake pads, and a lot of this stuff, like half of it's just bicycle work. Brake pads are bicycle work, chain, bicycle work, cassette, normal bicycle work. But all these electronics in here, from the motor to the torque sensor, to the management system, the computer management system, battery management system, all the way up here to the electronics on the brakes, to the electronic screen, maybe even lights and things like that. Those are all parts that are outside the normal operations and mechanic work that a normal bike shop does. So I'm using this Vivi as an example here because we had this problem where I'm like, yeah, no problem, we can fix this Vivi, and it came in for just normal annual maintenance. Now I charged $395 to strip this down and then to rebuild it and clean it, make sure there's no rust anywhere. And when we took it apart, we had found that this wire connector on the torque sensor, which I hate this design, the torque sensors, this is where your pedals connect to left and right. This bolts into the frame, and this piece sitting here is your torque sensor and your cadence sensor. Inside the casing, there's just a raw piece of metal hole that this goes through, and this was chewing up this cable line right here. And so when I went to slide it out, it all kind of just fell apart on me. And getting a replacement under warranty, one, their customer service is awful, and two, all the parts are in China. So 2 weeks is the quickest I can get this part coming in from China to replace it. And the bike is pretty much dead, and it was coming in because it was acting up. And that goes with everything. Planetary gears for the motors, control screens. Like when a company like Vivi, or any company really that's selling an e-bike on Amazon, all they're doing is taking pieces and parts in China from these different companies and using them and assembling them, programming the controllers, and then shipping them off to the United States for purchase. But there is no back-end support. And that worried me when I first opened a bike shop to even support these things, because people don't want to wait 2, 4, 5, 6 weeks to get their e-bike fixed. People love their e-bikes. Now, even though I trash the cheaper e-bikes on occasion on my YouTube channel, it doesn't negate the fact that people love these things, no matter how much money they paid for them. And they do get very, very frustrated when it takes 6 weeks to fix them. Now, one of the reasons I think some of these e-bike companies from China have been going out of business is because they've just burned through their customers. They've just burned through them all by not being able to have any bicycle shop fix their stuff. I'm not against fixing any of these e-bikes. I'm really not. I just can't get the parts. So, where does that leave us? Well, that leaves a lot of bike shops not ever wanting to deal with these. Why would you ever start working on these no-name brand e-bikes when it's impossible to get the parts? Or you know that you're going to be holding a customer's bike for 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, which gets you on taking a step into a poor customer experience. Right off the bat, when they come into your bike shop, it's a poor customer experience. It continues to be a poor customer experience, even though you're trying your hardest to get the parts and source the parts. I have seen it on forums. I go to the forums and check these bike companies and see what their customers say about them, because normally I find out what's wrong with the bikes from the manufacturer, because a lot of people complain online about them. And then as I'm going through that, I see these people say, well, that's BS. If the bike shop would have kept my bike for 6 weeks, I would have sued them or something like that. I mean, you see a lot of negative stuff on there just because we can't get the parts at a bike shop. So here's my proposal. If you are an e-bike company and you are selling parts or selling e-bikes, let's say e-bikes into the United States, and you don't have any warehouse or anything, you're just shipping your parts into the US, and it's taking anywhere from 10 days to 4 weeks, depending on customs, and it's gonna get worse, right, with tariffs and things like that. Here's my proposal to you, to Vivi and to all the bike manufacturing companies out there. If you wanna stay alive over 2025, you need to have the ability to warehouse your stuff in the United States and ship it inside the United States, so bike shops actually have a chance to repair something within 3 to 6 days. So here's my proposal. Any of you companies out there that want to provide better customer service for your people, contact me. Send me an email at support@gograva.com. Ship me your parts. I'm not paying for them. Ship them to me. I'll warehouse them. Not your batteries. I don't want your batteries because I can't take the risk unless they're UL certified. Ship me your parts. I will create on my website a listing of all the parts for your company. All you have to do is redirect from your website to my website. People will buy from me. I'll ship from my location here in the USA to a bike shop or customer or anybody. And as I do that, we'll figure out an amount I'll pay you back as these parts move through to the bike shops or the customers. That's the only way to do it. It just seems like you all in China haven't figured out how to get these things into the US. Now, I only got 1,000 square feet of storage, so I can't be taking wheels and things like that, but we can build our own wheels. We only need motors, controllers, lights, torque sensors, things like that. So contact me. If you want to work with Go Grava, contact me. I'll create it right on my website. All you got to do is redirect to my website. People make the purchase, and I'll get it out the same day that they order it to them. So that's my proposal, because that's the only way this is ever going to get fixed, is if somebody sets up a warehouse somewhere to take in all these parts in the United States and then can ship them out to bike shops that need them right away. And then we can go out to all the bike shops and say, hey, listen, if you need a part, order it from us. I'm willing to do that, but I'm not buying $150,000 of parts. I'll just give you a guarantee that when things ship, I will report to you, and then I'll just do a bank transfer for the amount I owe you once we get things fixed. So that's my proposal. But yeah, it's a bad customer experience, and I think it could be fixed. I mean, if you're not serious about fixing that customer experience, then your e-bikes are not going to, I don't think they're going to last. Because Giant, all these other companies that are in my bike shop, they provide warranty work and they have a supply chain, and I get parts for their bikes. So that's something to consider in the future. So that's just me. I wanted to vent today. We will continue to fix e-bikes, but yes, sometimes it takes a long time, which sucks for me as a bike shop because I don't have a lot of storage. I can't be storing more than 20 bicycles, maybe 30 at the most. I can't have them sitting around forever. I need to move this inventory. Not inventory, but I need to move this repair work. It's got to get moved. That's how I make money is I don't want a bike sitting for 7 weeks or 14 days or for 7 days or 14 days. I want to move those repairs as quickly as possible. And I can't do it with you guys, your bike companies in China, because I got to order the part and it comes from China. So let's see if we can work together. Send me an email, let me know. Till we talk again. Bye.